Best podcast recording ever, guys. Energy.
Oh, no. Good luck to the editing team on this one.
Hello and welcome to Judge a Book, a podcast by Studio White Noise. And today we're gonna talk about hospitality business, restaurant or anything. But today we're gonna talk specifically into between the buns. So what we're gonna judge today is hospitality business that is how do you describe it? They sell things that is in
that
between. You buy every day. It should be quick, easy kind of transaction, but there is a lot of kind of like element that you can judge and decide whether you're gonna buy it from there, and then what are you gonna get out of there.
That is such a long
I know.
explanation.
I don't know. Sometimes you just like repeating.
Good job. Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good job. Well done. Okay. But before that, I want to talk about three things about this business. So first one is naming, branding, and the menu. I think that's the most important thing ever. And the first one is naming. How important is naming? What do you guys think about a name of a hospitality business?
I mean, it's important, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that you hear, someone gonna talk about it, and then kind of like, if it's very hard to kind of like say, I think it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah.
Naming for me is the most important. I was really disappointed. So I'm originally from Sydney. Don't judge me.
Well, this is judgeable.
Well, yeah, actually,
so we
sure.
can't judge you.
Go for it. But I moved to Melbourne and I was really disappointed with the Thai restaurant names because in Sydney, they are some of the best Thai names. Like there's Thai-rific, there's Time for Thai, there's Titanic. My favorite Thai name was like To Thai For. To Thai For. It was just amazing. And then you get to Melbourne and it's like Blossom and like Jasmine Thai. It's like, it's a bit disappointing. So naming is for me, specifically for Thai food, really critical.
And you sent me something yesterday. One more Thai.
One more time.
So you gotta celebrate.
But did you know, like, it makes you happy and it makes you like energized.
But is that gonna make you like want to try the restaurant or it's too fun?
I feel like with the Thai names, it just seems like it's not as authentic.
Yeah, that's how I felt as well.
To Thai For.
Yeah, it's too fun. So it's like when you try too hard.
Boring.
Maybe that's on me though, because like
maybe
if I
it's me.
see something and it's like more of a Thai name, I'm like, these people know Thai.
Yeah, because it's To Thai For. Like that's
No, but that's like English.
Man, I hope we get a plug from To Thai For, by the way. I don't even know if they're open or not. Anyway.
Oh, maybe.
Should have researched.
The brand itself. How important the brand for you to kind of like decide, I want to try that place? Is that your first kind of like thing you see and then decide you want to try that? Or is it something else?
I feel like it's getting more and more important now because of like the Instagram era. Like I feel like everything is that's kind of the first place you'll see something is like through Instagram now, I find, or like TikTok or something. So then like if it's got really nice brand, but I guess that's kind of me as well because I'm a designer. So I actually like want it to look good.
I think everyone is nowadays.
I think everyone's kind of looking for that now. Like everyone wants that cute little Instagram pic.
Yeah, Instagram moment.
Yeah.
Selfies at the table.
Because I felt like back in your days, Ross, it would be from Yellow Pages, right?
For those who are listening who don't know what Yellow Pages are, it used to be a very thick book and it was yellow-based paper with black text that said, this is a restaurant in your area, but we're not even yet to look for it. But yes, thank you for that.
Is that how
Pages.
you found things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beside the point, like it depends on the price point. So if it's quick and easy, I feel like it needs to be funsies and interactive.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is high end, I don't know, if you're going to spend like
Fair
$250 a head, you want it to be refined and clean. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from
That
a
is
brand,
fair.
like from a branding perspective, it's then the brand association. So if it's got like little Michelin hats next to the brand or on the website or something, it kind of then entices you to look. If that makes sense.
Mm.
But yeah, I
Fancy
agree
boy.
that it is getting more and more important that the branding is needs to be strong and kind of like true to the product itself, because people take photo, people post, people kind of like judge it, and also kind of like that becomes the now words of mouth. You know, how, like words of mouth before it's just like you talking to your neighbor, probably, Ross, and then and then now you just like
By pigeon.
see it's by pigeon.
I've heard of this really cool restaurant, guys.
And then now you just like scroll through Instagram, see something interesting, and you decide you want to go there. So it is kind of like becoming more and more important. And the last one,
I just ask people.
yeah,
If
You
it's good or
ask
not.
people.
Yeah, like you say, like I would say, has anyone been to blah blah? And they're like, yes.
yeah.
You say, how was it? It was like, it was shit. It was good. It was okay. I don't know.
I think I followed more food influencer in Melbourne than my family members.
But hang on, with that, like, could they be paid by like, is it a partnership if they're being?
Yeah, they can
you
be.
you have
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
you have to say it. You have to say that.
Yeah,
it's
but there was a
paid
time you didn't.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
time. Didn't. And I get, you know,
That's the
I got
biggest thing for
trapped
me
a lot
that I
of
think has changed for like hospitality is everyone now has an influencer attached to their business to promote them. Like, come with me as I go to Tokyo Tina on Chapel Street. Blah blah blah.
of course, Tokyo Tina. Do you wanna
Shout out.
shout out
Shout
to
out Tokyo Tina. I love you, Tokyo Tina.
Last one, menu. What do you guys?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I feel like Mel has a lot of opinion on menu.
Dude, these menus.
Must have bread.
Oh, I'm not talking about, well, I mean, obviously, but menus in general, they grind my gears sometimes. Like, why do they always have double spaces and like wrong punctuation? Like, who are making these things?
So
Like, you have a really nice brand and then your menu is just like a mess. No, no, no.
no.
No, no, no.
No.
Do you like menus that like have the brand elements, or do you like it plain?
Of course, it's got the brand elements.
I like-
you feel?
I like have a bit of brand elements because I feel like it's very, very kind of important. Have the balance of here's the brand,
Yeah.
here's the functionality of.
Are you thinking of just a Word document?
Yeah, well, like that would just be.
God,
I guess,
so
yeah.
old.
So
Wow.
Back in the day.
back in the day?
No, but I think the difference is like because you can do a QR code now. Because I love
Oh.
when you can see the food you're going
Yes.
to eat, like in Japan where you get to see
Oh,
they make the.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I love a pic.
Love that. Love
No,
a
but
pic,
have you
love
seen
a-
the
love a mock-up.
Japanese one? Yeah, they actually do
yeah.
like ceramic mock-ups of the food, and you can actually see in real time
Yeah.
what it looks like. Yeah,
So before you come to
God,
a
they're just so
restaurant,
much better than us.
so much better.
I know.
We should pitch that.
And how about the format itself? Is there any kind of like format that you like? A format that you
It's
hate?
interesting because I feel like there's been a shift now. Now it's like QR City.
Mm,
Love QR City for me.
me too.
I do like it, but I do like
The
a piece of
tactility.
paper.
Yeah, I do
you?
like both
Well,
of them.
it's like something that someone's touched and like is gross and dirty and.
but I agree with you. I like the tactility of it. And
I'm on the
then
fence
add on
though,
QR then.
because I really like a picture.
Yeah.
So sometimes if it's just like the menu,
Oh, it needs
I'll
to-
go like
needs to
I'll
have
be
both.
in the restaurant and then I'll look on the Instagram to
Yes.
find the corresponding picture.
I did that as well. Let's get to the point now. Then we're gonna judge three
Wow.
places. All right. First one that we want to judge here is Hector's Deli.
Ooh.
So-
Vibe.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Idiot.
It's an establishment, I think. It's through
It's
COVID.
iconic.
It's iconic. Well, I mean, like it's 3 years ago, 4 years. I don't know how long ago.
I
How
don't
long
Been
know.
ago,
around
man?
for 3 or 4 years.
A while.
A while.
Yeah.
Yeah, a while.
I don't know.
But anyway, I think this is an establishment people know, the local people around the area would know
Froth
Hector's
it.
Deli. You
Where,
live
where,
in it.
where is it?
There is
Richmond,
one
Fitzroy,
in Richmond, one Fitzroy,
South Melbourne.
South Melbourne. That's quite a lot of places.
Their fried chicken. Stop it.
Best.
Ooh.
And the logo. The logo of Hector's Deli is very straightforward. It's red color, always on white. Have a kind of like very unique kind of font. It's kind of an old style, classic font. I can't remember what's the font, but you see the quirkiness on each of the letter. It feels a bit raw and not very kind of like unison in its form, which I like that kind of form from this identity itself. And then from it, it has kind of like multiple kind of iteration of the logo itself, which I believe is kind of important, because if you only have like one, be kind of like consistent with it, it becomes a bit more boring instead of interesting. It has the serif kind of version of the logo. It has the icon both for the drink and the sandwiches. And I think they use it in a very kind of like smart way, in a way that it is balanced from needs to go bold or needs to go a bit more kind of sophisticated with the icons. What do you guys think about this? Based on this kind of like, this is going to be the first thing you see in their Instagram profile picture, I guess.
Honestly, shout out to Trick because they smashed it out of the ballpark.
Shout out Trick.
See, we are nice to the studio.
Yeah, no, I feel like they've nailed it because like the colors are iconic. Like it's just immediately like Dali vibes. Like you really get that. But then like the font is kind of like a bit like retro, and like you can kind of feel like references to things in the past, but it still feels like fun and new.
It's very Melbourne, I think.
Yeah.
And you know that red, just fun facts, red is the kind of the color that is very close to kind of hospitality in a way, like
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, McDonald's.
I feel
It's
like
always-
red and white is just like such a deli vibe.
What
The
is
like
it?
the little checkered red and white.
Yes.
Isn't there a rule? Red and yellow and white are the
Warm color.
The warm colors
Warm
are
color
food
is
colors.
food.
Yeah.
Food color.
As a punter, like to go past this brand and these colors, I would stop, look. So it grabs your attention, definitely.
And it translates well. Translate well for their brand. I think the red color is very important, and without overcomplicating the brand, because I feel like there is a lot of brand that is overcomplicating the brand itself, and it's so hard to roll out. Where this is very straightforward. This is the font. This is the color. Just use the image of your sandwich. It'll sell.
I mean, they've really got the balance right as well. Like it just works on its own, I feel like. And it's literally become just like an iconic part of the Melbourne cafe scene.
For someone who hasn't been here or seen it properly, I think it does what it's supposed to do. As in Hector's Deli, immediately my head went sandwich, and literally they've just got lunchtime sandwiches.
Yeah.
I think they know who their market is, and they're pushing
And the
towards
logo
it.
is definitely like at the forefront of it as well, which I feel like really works because a little bit of a humble brag here. I worked with Trick to do some of the packaging
Whoa!
in a previous job.
In a previous life.
But we worked with them, and when we were doing like the catering trays, basically the goal was just to have in the stores like the Hectors like stacked the whole way
reinforcing
up.
brand
And
name.
it becomes like part of the aesthetic. It's just
Clever.
the logo. So it's like, yeah, it's very well thought out and simple, but
Striking.
And
It's
that's
a vibe.
that is like small opportunities to reinforce brand, and for that brand recall piece, this is how you do it and do it well. Every opportunity you can, every corner you can do it, just slap a white noise logo on.
Look at it.
nailed
Yeah,
it.
nice. College dropout burger. So this is in Ivanhoe.
What'd you call me?
And before I reveal kind of like the brand itself, what do you think about the name? Any opinion?
I love it.
It feels very frat house, very bro-y. Like I feel like bros who lift will go here for like a feed. Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
Like hungover on a sad day.
Yeah.
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 I mean, like, what are you getting from the word dropout, you know?
So there is kind of like a funny kind of, I think it's a funny story from the brand itself. So this place used to have a shop inside La Trobe University, and they moved out of that place, I think, or make a new kind of place. So that's why it's a college dropout. Kind of funny, but then it's a bit too far.
I will
think.
say lucky they've got burger in the name, so you know exactly what it is. But.
Okay, the brand itself is this.
Whoa.
I hate
Let me describe this out. So college dropout burger.
no.
It's using the bear from Ye, previously known as Kanye West
Yeah.
bear, And then the
What?
whole kind of branding is revolved around Kanye West because it's one of his best
This
albums.
is like I'm having a
Cool.
physical reaction.
Yeah,
to
I feel
this.
like this is exactly what I thought. Very fratty.
Like
very-
the fonts.
Oh, the font
You're
is.
taking the piss.
It's like you take a font. I'm just gonna make a mess out of it.
Yeah. And then you put like
A semi.
a high contrast sans serif with it.
Mhm.
Whoa, technicality. Wait,
I
is
know
is the
things.
gradient part of the brand?
Yes, the gradient
So
is
everything
part of
on
it.
this, like everything that we're saying here, so that the gradient.
So the background that they use for their brand is a gradient of a magenta to purple
Yeah.
with the bear from Kanye West, with like drawn very badly.
This feels like it's trying to bait people.
Yeah,
It is very polarizing. Like,
it's trying too much. I think
is it food good?
it's the best burger ever.
Really?
Really?
I think it's
Really?
the best burger in Melbourne.
Okay. Well,
What's
I
on
don't
the
want
menu?
to like be blacklisted by them. So
Yeah.
because I want to eat their food, but like
But I have
this
the
is
same
the
opinion as
biggest
you.
hot mess.
I know. I have the same
Guys,
opinion.
we're a design studio, so if you want to rebrand,
Come to us.
So there's an image where it's got the fascia signage, the gradient, the bear, and then underneath is the retail signage, the light box, and it just says college dropout. So I guess you have to know it's a burger place because you can't immediately see that there's a burger being
True.
offered.
Again, they are trying too hard here. So they name each burger with songs from Yee.
yeah.
Just like graduation, and then have gorgeous parties in LA, famous genius.
Yeah, but
Hey,
also
there's
if you froth Kanye, like look at his brand. His brand is nothing like this. He's like pretty good in terms of design.
No, but he's built a reputation on like music, like lyrics as a producer and all the rest. How it translates into food, I think it's a stretch.
So here's the
Oh
menu.
no! I'm done.
me done.
Yeah, see you
That
guys.
is me
Thank you.
done.
Thanks, Andreas. This has been
So there is kind of like, I don't know. I think there's 5 different fonts. I don't know how many different fonts there. It might be the same, but set up differently.
so like the 2000s chord. They want their menu back.
Yeah.
PS.
Yeah. It feels like, if I have to describe it quickly, it looks like the word art from Microsoft Word. You know how you have those kind of like drop shadow and stuff with the color blue, magenta, yellow, green for vegan.
You know what? It's good of them to have vegan, plant-based menu items. That's nice.
And then
And that's the
way,
only compliment you're getting for the whole thing.
and even the way that lay out this kind of menu is kind of like all over the place in a way. But again, I think it's the best burger.
Okay.
But I wouldn't try it if I like accidentally stumble upon
Mel, what's your take on this menu?
the brand.
Like how it's presented, the
Brand
look,
and
the
the
feel.
menu. I mean, I can wrap this up pretty quickly for everyone. Yeah, not a fan. Looking at their menu, because it's so colorful and like pink, yellow, blue, green, like who would the target audience even be?
I actually don't know.
Because that doesn't scream to me like, I'm a dude and I love Kanye.
Yeah, but this is what I'm struggling with. So, like burgers, sandwiches, tenders, and all the rest. This is universal food. So I find they're pigeonholing themselves by going down the road of broy frat housey. But like, don't do that. Like,
If the food is good, then
yeah,
promote your
celebrate
food.
that. Yeah,
Promote your food.
but like best burgers in Melbourne or best burgers in Ivanhoe.
Next one, a classic, Anley Bakery.
We got a fangirl.
Yeah.
Anley Bakery. So this is a banh mi place not far from our office, not far from where you live.
Yeah.
And it's it is an institution in itself in a different way from Hector's Deli and kind of like the rest.
Yeah.
It's your local place to get your banh mi.
Fucking love
good.
this place.
Fucking love this place. And then
I'm getting so hungry.
I am so hungry as well. And this is the identity of Anley Bakery. So it is kind of like, it's used this script font for the name, Anley Bakery Café, but they make it look like watercolor, kind of watercolor ink.
Would you say that's
Ink?
watercolor?
I don't know, ink, probably ink. And then having this kind of like leaf pattern on top of it, having that kind of roughness on it.
Yep. In a beautiful brown.
Beautiful brown. And the place itself, it's iconic.
Iconic.
It is iconic. It has Anley Bakery neon sign with different font. Of course, it's you won't be able to replicate that logo with neon sign. Has a light box of the logo, and when you go inside, you see this eclecticness of a different kind of food things, like all the stuff that they're gonna stuff into your banh mi.
Yeah.
Menu is everywhere. Everything is everywhere.
Everything's
all
a
at
different
once.
font.
Yeah.
What is your take on this brand?
For aesthetics, like it's like function over form, you know, like you're there, you're going to get a banh mi, you want it in and out, like there's nowhere to sit, you just get it and go. And then like I feel like there's kind of just like an authenticity to it as well, because like the lack of design, which I find interesting, can often mean that it's just like authentic and like down to earth.
I agree with
in
that.
saying that, the actual neon sign though, I really love the N Lee Bakery. So the N and the Lee is in yellow and the bakery is big and in red. That actually is amazing. I think that's actually phenomenal. And they're open 7 days. That is great.
Phenomenal? You think it's
Yeah,
phenomenal?
I love it. It's phenomenal.
It's interesting.
It's
not
a phenomenon.
My
Nice.
take for this kind
I'll
of
take
brand is that the more eclectic, the more kind of weird and all over the place, I trust them more in a way.
Yeah.
If you go for a banh mi or a pho or something like that, it's kind of like quick and easy, kind of your day kind of like food.
Yeah.
I think the more design you put there, sometimes just like, are you authentic though? I think authenticity here.
Like, are you trying to win me
Yeah.
with your design and your food sucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Do you reckon? Well, let me ask this: do you think people would freak out if they changed their brand?
100%.
100%. Because you would question yourself, like, have they been bought by someone and that person will refresh this?
Yes.
And it's gonna be like different cook. I feel like if with this kind of look, you see it, you kind of get that nostalgic and
You
kind
just
of trust them.
you know?
You trust them.
If they did do a refresh of their brand, and even if it was the existing owners, they would work harder to prove that they hadn't sold or they hadn't changed the menu or things were changing.
I want to do eclectic.
We can tighten it. Like, we can tighten this brand. You can definitely tighten it up. Like, you can clean it up and make it
you
a
can
bit
clean
more,
it up. You can be messy.
Can't
but
change it though.
Yeah, I think that kind of charm.
Correct.
And this, I felt like it's proof that the right design is not always the best design in a way.
That's actually, that is very true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is two different things there. It's
Actually, a new brand or a refresh could be detrimental to this brand, but a tightening up around the edges could be beneficial, just as a cleaner way. I agree.
And that's kind of jump into kind of like the menu itself and how they present the menu.
Okay, so
And Passy.
the menu is like hot green tabs,
Hot green tabs.
or gradient green, and then a list of items plus picture and images of it.
The font is too small from far away, especially for me.
I don't think I've ever looked up at the menu. I think I've just gone in and ordered a roll.
What you think it's available, right?
And then all of the prices are handwritten as well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were,
because they never change it. They just
No.
replace the thing.
And I think this is something that they can do better. I feel like you don't need to be. You can be a mess, but when you need to be functional, and you need to be kind of like clean, then be kind of like functional.
But I
about it.
think in the operator's mind, I think they are being functional. They're just writing over and putting a
Oh,
sticker
no,
over.
no,
Like,
it's more kind of like the font size.
Oh, okay,
It can be
yeah.
bigger. You can,
And they
you can-
always have a line, so you're always like kind of far back, and then you can't really read it until you're like up the front.
Yeah. And you're too nervous to order something new because, I can't
You're
read.
like, yeah.
So I think of this kind of like discussion, I felt like we look at brands that is very different. There is brand that is serve its purpose. There's brand that is like doesn't serve the purpose.
Yep.
And then the last one would be like, be authentic is maybe the best kind of solution. You don't need to try too much.
But you should, and you should hire us to do that.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun to kind of create an eclectic design, be authentic without kind of being clean and modern. So yeah, so that's it for today. We judge hospitality brand between the buns brand, I guess. And comment below, what do you think about this? Is there anything that you guys want us to judge, I guess, or want us to try? And if you are wanting to work with us, contact us at our website, white-noise.com.au, or stalk us in our Instagram at Studio White Noise. Thank you.
Feel free to send us your food too, please.
Thank you. Bye-bye.